Greetings and salutations, people. Just a quick video, sort of an update on my situation. My sister and I, we're not sure if we're moving or not. I had posted in, I think it was on my Discord, and it was on YouTube post section that we were like not happy with sort of the offer from the new landlord initially, but my sister talked to him, and some of the things that were in it, he agreed to change, and now we might stay where we are for a little while. I still don't know whether or not we're going to discuss it and see. I don't know. Anyways, but regardless, we have decided we have too much stuff. So in the last little while, I've been out trading stuff to WeBookIn, and I've been trading, going through any comics that I have, that I'm just going through my short boxes and say, okay, I'm not keeping this, I'm not keeping this, making sure I want to make sure I read everything first, and then just putting stacks of books together and taking them to WeBookIn and trading them away. And not trading them 2-for-1, trading them for either store credit, 1.5 times 25 cents. I think it's 25 cents. I guess they give, if you get cash, it's 25 cents a book. But if you get store credit, it's 25 cents times 1.5. So it's like that. So I guess that means it's like 75 cents. But anyway, so I got rid of some of that. We got rid of a whole bunch of DVDs. I went through my DVDs, and I definitely went through my DVDs, and I went through some of the VHS tapes I still had, and got rid of some of it, but not the stuff. I mean, the stuff that you've seen me showcase on my VHS videos, those aren't going anywhere. Those are staying. But I've now packed those away, and if we have to move, they're ready to be moved, and I don't have to worry about that anymore. The other stuff is gone now that I didn't really need to keep. And a whole bunch of extra DVDs that I just didn't need anymore. I kept all my Marvel stuff and all my DC stuff. Anything related to, basically anything superhero related, I hung on until that. But got rid of a whole bunch of old, sort of 90s and 2000s movies that you can pretty much see on any streaming service anywhere. So there was no point in hanging on to them. My sister got rid of some and all that. But, and some of what I got rid of was a ton of my mom's old DVDs and old VHS tapes that when she downsized, she didn't want them anymore. So they came to us, and we just hadn't gotten rid of them yet. So all of that went in the first load, and I actually got, on that day, $45 of store credit. 20 went on the card, and I used the rest of it, around $25. I used the rest of it to get this. So, yeah, Amazing Spider-Man, Stan Lee, and Steve Ditko. And this is the price it was. It was $24. I marked it at $24.95. So I saw that, and when I realized how much I was getting, I said, you know what, let's put 20 on the card and get myself a cool Spider-Man trade. It's not I don't think you can really call it an omnibus, but it's pretty. I would say maybe it is an omnibus. If you call this an omnibus, then it's my first one. But yeah, I was happy to get that. And today I went again, took a whole bunch of stuff, got rid of it. There's one other thing I picked up that I left over in my room. Let me pause it. I'll go get it. There we go. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to start with that. They gave me, I took books and got $15 of store credit value, which I used to buy a trade, one comic book, and one paperback pocketbook novel. And I bought this novel mainly for the cover, because I saw this cover and was like, hey, that's a cool sci-fi cover. But still, it looks like it might be something interesting to read. The text in it is large enough that I can still read it with my bad eyes. But it's like a stunning novel by Frederick Pohl, Gateway, a masterpiece by one of sci-fi's greatest talents. and a certain candidate for top sci-fi awards. And that's by, it says ALA book list. Yeah, and so what year is this? I think it was like 1977 when I looked at it. Just give me a second here. Yeah, copyright 1977. But this is like the first Ballantine Books edition, January 1978. So, and I bought that. I saw the cover and I was like, oh, cool. I know it's a guy's sci-fi fan, so I'll appreciate that cover. But it's still something I'm going to read. So, yeah. So that was one of today's trades for. And next thing I already had issue 2 and 3 of this. And if I'm going through and trading stuff, there's certain things that are not going to go. G.I. Joe's not going to go. Transformers is not going to go. Anything Dungeons and Dragons is not going to go. Most of my Marvel stuff, if it's main characters or main things, like, okay, Alpha Flight's not going to go anywhere. And probably all the new Captain Americas I just recently picked up a couple months ago, those are not going to go anywhere. But like, Avengers and all that sort of stuff. But the first original series, like the volume 1s, I have a bunch of volume 2 books of those sorts of things. Those I will probably go through, read them all again, and trade them all away because they're not volume 1. So, and a lot of what I've been trading so far, I'm going through my DC books and I'm going through reading and reading and reading and reading. I got another stack. I'll show you the stuff that I'm going to read, and then some of it I'll trade away, and we'll see which ones I keep and which ones I don't. But this one, I had issues, like I said, I had issues number 2 and issues number 3, but didn't have issue number 1. And hey, it was in the dollar bin when I went to do this trade today. So, sure. They also had, 4 issues of Deathstroke, but it wasn't like issue 1 to 4. It was like issue 6 to 10 or something like that. I thought about getting those. If they're still there later, when I do another trade, maybe I'll take those, but whatever. This is what I really wanted. And this, I had sort of known about it before I started being on YouTube, but it was really Nate from Hollywood Comics. Shout out to Nate from Hollywood Comics. How you doing, Nate? Yeah, I'll just show it to you. So we have Camelot 3000 by Mike W. Barr and Brian Boland. And this is the second printing of the first trade. And it's still in pretty good shape. So the colors are there's a little bit of fade to it, but still in pretty excellent shape as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah, I was like, that's the thing I'm going to probably do for the next little while is read and read and read a whole bunch of floppies and trade away things that I just don't need or just take up too much space, and they're not keys, and I don't have the space, and I'm gonna have to trade away role-playing books and stuff too, and which is going to be a lot harder for me to do, but I'll do what I have to do. So yeah, some of the other stuff I'm gonna trade away. I'll read and trade away All-Star Squadron. I know that's not gonna make Matt happy, but it's like, this is what I'm going to read. And then, you say, well, you should keep the first one because that's a minor key. And I'm like, yeah, but the one I have is like in really bad shape. But I mean, they might not even take it, so maybe I'll just keep it. I got an issue of Blue Beetle I've never read. I got issue 0 of Damage. I was going to try to collect all the issue 0s from this time period, but that's not going to happen now. And I got Fate, issue 0. So I'm going to read all that. I've got Guardians of the Metropolis, so I'm going to read that. Got Hardware, number 5 I'm going to read. And I got Hawkman number 3 and 4, which came out of a bundle I opened that I haven't read yet. So, I'm just going to go through, read stuff, figure out what I'm going to keep. See, the Blue Beetles, I might keep the Blue Beetle one. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. And I have, so many other books that I have to read. I had picked up the first 4 issues of, no, it's not going to stay there. It's going to fall over. Anyway, I picked up the first 4 issues of the new West Coast Avengers series, and I picked them up out of a dollar bin. I didn't pay full price for them. They were in the dollar bin. So I thought, you know what, I don't really need these. So I read them. It was good, but not good enough for me to keep. And I have a whole bunch of those books that I got in trade the entire Gold Goblin series and a few other series they were all bagged and boarded and everything, and I'm just going to read it all, and then we'll keep what I keep and trade away what I trade away. And there it is. But yeah, also going to let you know there's going to be a whole heck of a lot less videos for me for a while. I just I can't guarantee. You know, and here's another stack of books I'm going to read and trade away. You know, and most of that is DC. And I got some indie books that I'm going to read and trade away. But yeah, I like creating videos, but until I have some certainty as what's going to happen, it's going to be. So there's not going to. I mean, I have a poetry video that'll go up on Friday. I'm shooting this on Thursday. It's going up right away. I'm not going to schedule it. I'm just going to post it. I probably won't be scheduling a whole bunch of stuff anymore. There probably won't be any more Saturday night stories for a while. Not until I know what the situation truly is going to be like. And yeah, that's it. I appreciate you watching. And I thank all the people that sent me well wishes about what I'm going through. It's greatly appreciated. It's not been fun lately. And one of the things that's been the hardest is my sister and I, we don't have our dad to talk to about it anymore. He's been gone for 4 years now, but some days it feels like he just died a week ago. So anyway, I don't want to bum you guys out, but yeah. Anyway, sorry for getting too real. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. Make sure you take care of yourself and your loved ones. And I'll see you when I see you. There'll be more videos, but less.